Hi gardening friends, I'm Lark and I'm in Wisconsin, Zone 5, and it's snowing outside. I'm worm farming in the basement. I worm farm down in my basement all year round. It stays a constant 65 down here and the worms like it. Today I'm going to be feeding my worms some of my kitchen scraps that I chopped up in a bullet blender. That's all I use it for. Really, I don't put food in here for me. This is just worm food. But today I have to use the migrating method, kind of like what Mumbai uses on her channel for harvesting the castings and separating the worms. Now, I don't get 100% of the worms in the castings. Some worms will go into the garden with the castings. I don't care. There's tons of worms. This here, can you get a close-up of this in here? These are all my worms. Can you see them? Tons and tons of worms. Okay. Now, what I'm doing is moving the castings over to one side. I have 4 worm bins down here, and I'm going to just show you one. And yes, there's paper over here yet, but the worms will migrate to where the food is, and there's not much food left in this stuff. Okay, so I'm taking the castings, putting them to the right. And then over on the left, I've been soaking some cardboard, like eggshell cartons, or egg cartons. I have them in a bucket here. And I'm putting them on the bottom. I'll tear them up. They tear really easy when they're wet. And the worms really love this type of cardboard. They like corrugated also, but my worms really like the egg cartons. So I will chop these all up, and then I am going to pour some food on them. Now, there's all different ways of doing this. My worms don't escape. They don't want to escape. Why, I don't know. But some people have problems with their worms wanting to get out. So what I'm doing is pouring some of this. I'm going to share this food with the other 4 worm bins too, but I'm going to just show you this one. So I pour, I bet a cup of food in there. And then I put in cardboard on top. A piece of corrugated cardboard, and I put it on top of my worm bin. And this one here doesn't have a cover, so I put on a piece of cardboard to keep it darker. Now, I also have a worm bin down here. This one has holes in for ventilation and holes in the bottom. It has a screen, and there are castings ready that came through. I have to harvest those. Now down here, I have another worm farm, and this one has no ventilation except for me cracking the top. But there's no holes in this one. Just thought I'd try it. Now this one really is doing good. Why, I don't know. I just have to be careful to have a ratio of browns, 4 browns to 1 green. Means either 4 parts cardboard or 8 cartons to 1 part kitchen scraps. Now look at this here. This is almost done also. And it's not too wet. If it gets too wet, then I add more cardboard. I'm not going to be adding any more. I'm going to do the migrating on this one too. And we're moving it over to the side. And this one here has, well, look at all that. Can you see why I don't mind if some of the worms go into the garden? because I use the lasagna method of composting my garden, mulching my garden. So the worms will help eat all those leaves that are still in there. See the paper? This happens to be newspaper. They love it. So again, I'm putting it over to the side. I'm going to take my egg cartons, and I don't even have to chop them up. The worms will chop them up. So just put them in there. I'm going to get some more food from my bullet processor here, about a cup. And then I'm going to put the cardboard back over the food. That's how I do it, my friends. I'm trying to get castings. I have probably 7-gallon bucket. No. A 5-gallon bucket full of castings now for the garden. So thanks for tuning in. And I hope this helps some of you. It's not hard. It's just balancing it so it's not too wet or too dry. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.